go by the name of Fonzo. Real name's Jody, but yeah, only call me that if you know my mommy. And yeah, like I'm a musician. Started back in high school, like to be honest. It's like a very pure start to hip hop and rapping as such, because it started as writing. So it was never hip hop. I'm not gonna act like my parents, like, you know, back then hip hop was frowned upon. Like if you think back to the 90s, it was sort of like, who are these thugs and who are these, you know, misfits of society? That was sort of like hip hop, to be honest, like, which is the most pointless thing, because like back in the day, hip hop was just a fun thing, like, you know, hip hop, hip to the, like, you know, it was never really conscious. But yeah, started grade 9, grade 10. I just started putting pen to paper. I moved to a new city. So I lost all my lifelong homies. Like, you know, I'm not gonna front and like shout out to my day ones, because my day ones are in a whole nother city. So I just put that frustration pen to paper, you know, and it wasn't rap at first. So it all progressed from there to where it is right now, and I hope to take it a lot further as well. So yeah. Fonzo is Darwin's theory of evolution, really, because it's survival. Like, it started off writing and then became hip hop, and I was forced to make beats, you know what I mean? So I remember I had Fruity Loops like 6 or 7, and obviously I didn't buy it. I was a bootleg version, but I started off there. It was really the need for a beat. Like, I was tired of like imagining in my mind, so like I didn't tap on a table or anything. It was sort of just like, okay, so this tempo is there, and then sometimes the tempo was faster, and I just got really tired of trying to keep tempo. So found a laptop and downloaded Fruity Loops and started making beats there. So I was about grade 10. So grade 9 was the pure writing, and around grade 10 side I started messing with production. But I wouldn't call myself a producer as yet. I make beats. Like, you want a beat, like, hit me up. I can sell you a couple beats. I know people who can sell you beats too, but wouldn't call myself a producer as yet, although like I did co-produce like the whole new project that we're gonna speak about now. So yeah, that's where that started. Definitely not. Yeah, high school was just actually the writing process. Like, really, the whole of high school, as I said, grade 9, grade 10, I was mostly just writing, because I didn't have the equipment to turn that into actual music, and I didn't have the beats that I thought to do that anyway. So I was just a stack of writing, and like one song I think I released is Therapy. And Therapy was a song of my second project, actually. We'll get to answering your question now. And strangely enough, Therapy was written as a frustrated 16-year-old, just like still being exposed to the racism in this country, which was for me a concern. Like, I'm a really fun dude, man. I'm really ignorant, as you can see by the tea in my hand. Like, I really am an ignorant dude, but there are things that are of genuine concern to me, and that was one of it. So that forced me to write the song Therapy, or drove me to write it, not forced. But yeah, that's not my first project. Lucid Dreaming is my first project that has my beats on it, that you can say. But my first project was actually a little 8-track project called No More Favors. You can actually go check it out on YouTube. So that was me, I think, grade 11 and grade 10, when I just got my equipment, and I kind of felt I got to a point where I could, like, the music and the recordings were actually listenable. So like, I don't want to put out some like stupid crap sounding recording. So yeah, that's No More Favors. That was number 1. Number 2 was Therapy, which was really well received, because I didn't think it would be. I just felt I've always had a long-term vision with the music. Like, when I fell in love with it, I had visions of like ahead. So Therapy was my first introduction. Like, it was the most sincere intro. I cut out all sorts of like whatever. You hear my normal voice on that song, and you'll hear stories of me growing up on that. So that was Therapy. And then Lucid Dreaming, if people follow the music, was sort of like the reason why I needed therapy. So like, I have this little plan that I hope pans out, and like therapy in itself is kind of like rehabilitation for something. And lucid dreaming can be an issue for people, because that's actually the state of knowing you're in a dream and you can change your dream, and it becomes to a point where people actually either like, you know, get lost and can go insane from lucid dreaming. So my lucid dreaming was thinking I'm a rap star. So I had this vision of like, yo, you are a superstar, and I needed therapy for the lucid dreaming. So you'll hear on the next project how that ties together. But as I said, it's all part of a plan that I hope pans out. So yeah. Yeah, Lucid Dreaming is just an honest piece of work. Like, there's a lot of songs on here that has some really dope lines. Like, you know, granted, I have to, like, you know, show off the similes and the metaphors from time to time. But there also some songs that are blatantly honest. And, you know, I've lost a couple of friends to some of these songs because, like, that's sort of what happened in my life. And I apologize if you felt some type of way of me putting that in there, but that's the only story I have. You know what I mean? So I don't have no other fable to tell you guys. So if I speak about things that actually happened and I speak about relationships that really ended, that's really what I was feeling, and that's the only place I can drive information from, because that's my life. So I appreciate you actually, you know, finding some attachment to it. So thank you. We'll get to the album like one day, but it's a mixtape. The cover's a mess. It's meant to be a mess. It goes with the theme of lucid dreaming and needing therapy for the mess that was my mind. Somewhere in there's a guy and a girl. Like, yeah, we all go through relationship things as well. And yeah, the rest of it is just a blur that I made an effect with on Photoshop. So I'm not a graphic designer, but yeah, like it lays testament to what this is, and it's really just a rough piece of potential that could lead to, you know, like a diamond one day, I hope. So yeah, Lucid Dreaming, 60 Rand, email me wherever you are and I'll get it to you. Don't worry about delivery costs. That's included in the 60, man. So that's what's up. officialfonzo@gmail.com, Twitter /officialfonzo, YouTube /officialfonzo, SoundCloud where you can stream this before you buy it, so you don't have to just buy it because I speak well. You can actually listen to the music and decide yourself, /officialfonzo. So everything you need from me, /Fonzo.